Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How's it going? Last night we watched Marvel's Avengers and Iron Man 3. So we managed to do 2 last night.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Iron Man 3 isn't my favourite.
No?
I enjoyed it, but I think I prefer Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
I think Iron Man 2 is my favourite out of the 3.
Yeah.
But I love Avengers.
Avengers was really good, wasn't it?
Avengers is really, really good.
It's actually like really funny. But you actually figure out how funny it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I prefer Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk.
Yeah.
Hugely. Like, I prefer him as the character Bruce Banner. I just think he's like really like sweet and nerdy, and I just think it's just so perfect when he turns into the Hulk.
Yeah, it's really sweet, isn't it? I think that was his like first like proper. I know he's done little things before, but I don't think he's done loads.
I don't really know.
No, I don't think he's done loads of films.
So I'm just gonna have to clean my glasses because I can't see anything.
The other day we watched Darren Brown, and it's like been in my head. I can't remember which one it was.
What happened?
You got to think of your first crush and stuff, and they go up price.
I think that was the Something Wicked This Way Comes, wasn't it? That was the last one
Was
we
it?
watched.
Was it?
I think.
Yeah, so you've been watching that one, and I was thinking, who was your first crush?
There's a boy at school called Maxwell Monroe.
Yeah.
Who was actually the grandson of the singer Matt Monroe.
Oh, right.
And he went to my primary school, like my crappy.
No way.
Yeah, primary school.
That's a really cool name as well.
Yeah, Maxwell Monroe.
Yeah.
Really good name.
I can't really think of one person in primary school that I'd had a crush on, but I remember a girl in high school that I did, like year 7, year 8, so just a bit later on, I guess. Her name was Laura. Yeah. No. Yeah. Was Max your first kiss then?
No, I wouldn't. No, I don't count him as my first kiss because we were like really young.
Yeah.
We were like 5 or 6, and there's that thing where you sort of like kiss each other on the cheek, and it's like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like it's playground stuff. My first proper kiss, I think I was 11.
Yeah.
And it was with a boy at my primary school called Daniel Andrew DeHaan. And I remember that because his initials spelled out Dad, and that was weird to me. I don't know why. But yeah, Daniel Andrew DeHaan, I remember him.
Where was it? In school? After school?
On
the weekend?
I think it was in playtime, like... Is that what you call it? When break time? Playtime, yeah. And there was this massive like hedge that must have been like 10 foot tall. Because my school was next to Harrow Football Club. Mm. So there was this massive like big brick wall, and along part of the wall was this big like 10 foot, 12 foot hedge. Although now I'm thinking about it, probably wasn't that tall, it was just that I was really small, yeah. But there was like a hole in it that you could get through, so you could be between the wall and the hedge. And that was where we met up at playtime to snog.
I think my first one was, it sounds really romantic, but it was in a tree.
Why were you in
a tree? With a human.
Yeah, it was just with a tree.
Yeah. Do you remember my friend who had hay fever?
Yeah.
So he had a girlfriend, and I had a girlfriend.
Right.
And we sort of did it together, because we were both like that scared, but you know, like, they kissed, and then I was like, we kissed. Yeah. Yeah, her name was Jenna.
How old were you?
About 10, 11. But we were like in this little tree. Yeah, it wasn't nice. It wasn't.
It never is, really, is it?
It's a bit of assault of the senses.
Yeah.
A bit like.
Yeah, you just sort of lead with tongue, don't you?
Moving on to another first.
Oh God.
First time you were got a bit drunk.
Oh.
A bit later on in your life.
Much later on. I didn't get properly drunk until I was about 19.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I thought there might have been a little like when you were like in your teenagers. Yeah.
No, I was such a goody two shoes. I think I was not scared of being drunk, but just didn't like the way it made me feel.
Yeah.
But then there was one. It was the time that I remember being so drunk that I sort of went from 0 to 60. Mm. So I went from like never having been drunk to being drunk enough to be sick.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was at the Channel Flip summer party. So Channel Flip was the YouTube partnership company that I was signed to, and they held a big party on the roof of their building in Great Pulteney Street, which is like just behind Les Mis, but I wasn't in Les Mis at this point because I was only like 18, 19. And like everyone was there who was with Channel Flip, but there were some like really big YouTubers there who were with them. So it was really cool, like it was just a really cool party to be at, and as like an 18, 19-year-old, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I made a lifelong friend there called Alan Cole, and he's one of those friends that the last time I saw him was Christmasaurus. He came to watch the Christmasaurus. Oh. On the same night that you came, I think, because I think as he was leaving, you were coming in backstage. Right. But that was the last time I saw him, but he's one of those friends that every time we talk, it's like no time has passed. And basically they had a machine at this party that was tequila slushies.
Oh god.
And they definitely got the mix wrong because they were so strong. Yeah. And I made the mistake of telling Alan that I'd never been drunk before, and he made it his like duty.
Oh my god.
To get me really, really wasted. But the thing was that my parents were picking me up from this party, and I think I held it together fine until I got home, got into bed and laid down, and the whole room was spinning, and I was like, oh no, this is really grim. But I ran out of my bedroom knowing I was going to be sick. I was sick with such aggression that I like vomited a stripe up the carpet as I like ran to the toilet. So there was just this perfect stripe of vomit.
It's got to happen sometime in your life.
Oh yeah, my parents were like, don't worry, go back to bed, here's a pint of water. Because it's better having that happen when you're like 19 as opposed to having that happen when you're like 13 or 14.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Well, the first time I remember being drunk, like having a bit of like whatever, I think I was about 13. Basically, what happened there, this is not a bad story to be honest, but this was the first time, was that my mum and her husband Darren like sort of ran this karaoke sort of DJ thing. Like, well, it's more Darren's thing. He did it for years, and he's very good. And he got hired for a New Year's sort of like to take over this like massive like pub and do the DJing and karaoke for that night for New Year's Eve. And we were allowed in because I was like I said, I was like 13. I think families were allowed in actually, but it was really nice. Anyway, obviously they went round at the end before New Year's, got loads of glasses of little champagne for everyone on the table, and he's like, Happy New Year's, yay! We celebrated. I was there, obviously not drinking, but there was loads of like glasses of champagne left. So I was like, well, no one's going to drink it. So I like drank one. I was like, didn't really like it, but I was like, oh, but my sisters were drinking it, and like their parents are drinking it. And I just obviously felt I was Billy Big Balls, and I was like, alright, I can drink him then. Yeah. So then I grabbed like a couple more that no one was having. And I probably didn't have that much, but I was 13, like probably maybe, about 13. I remember my sister like looking after me that night. She had to like, my mum didn't know, she hid it really well. But my sister Emily like clocked on to the fact that I was a bit drunk. That was like probably like first time. And then probably about a year after that, I went on holiday with my family for like a month, so I missed all the summer of time, like, and I came back and all my mates, like this is about year 10, were like, oh my god mate, you're back, yay, whatever. Like on a school night, I don't know what happened or why we thought this was a good idea, my friend had like a bottle of vodka from his dad's house or somewhere. I was like, yeah, let's go and have some vodka and coke or whatever, just chill out somewhere. So we did, like, and I don't drink vodka or coke or anything like that. I didn't drink at all. I was like 14, 15. And then we started having it. Before we know it, we're all just wasted. Yeah. Absolutely wasted. On a school night as well. It was really bad. Oh god, and we all walked back, and basically I had this like brainy idea in my head thinking, right, okay, we all were talking like before we went back to our parents' house, like, right guys, like, get in and up to your room as quick as possible, because if you're like downstairs, they're all gonna know you're drunk. So I came in the back, like the patio door, literally like, right, hi mum, I'll go to bed, which is obviously the most obvious thing in the world. She's like, alright, I went up, she followed me up saying like, what's up? And she just knew straight away. Yeah,
parents are always going to know, they are always going to know.
Yeah, and she was fuming. She was like, what have you been drinking? I didn't want to dog my mate in, so I didn't really say what it was. I was like, it was just clear, it was just, I think it was vodka. Like, I just wasn't being whatever. Then I was sick, obviously. I had to wake up the next morning, woke up about 7, got ready for school, because I had school. Yeah. Obviously felt like crap. Did the first couple of lessons, And I was like, right, I need to go home, because I was obviously like just not feeling good, hungover. And my mum had to come and pick me up, and she was fuming. She was like, it was so bad.
Oh my god.
And I felt so ashamed. And she like had like my dinner from the night before, like all wrapped up in the fridge, because I wasn't there, because I was out. She was like, eat that. When I got home, she was fuming. I think that's probably the one and only time that I let her down a bit, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. That was not good. Not good.
I have a friend who I won't name because we're still friends and I don't want to embarrass her. But I had a friend who like never really drank at all.
Yeah.
And on her 18th birthday party, like she'd hired a limo and like her parents had like, you know, gone all out, and I think there was like 10 of us maybe, and we were all just going to like a burger place in Covent Garden, but they'd hired a limo for her and like all of her friends to get there. I think she'd had a cup, like maybe like a glass of champagne or something before we got there, and then a bottle of champagne was in the back of the limo as well, and so we're all sat in this limo, and she sat backwards and I'm sat like to the side, because it's like one of those ones, you know how it's like seated in a stretched limo where it's like the seats curl around the side.
It's a bit like an L, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually.
So she's sat like backwards with her back to the driver, and I'm sat like next to her on the side. And she's a bit quiet, and I'm like, all right. She's like, yeah, fine. And she goes really, really quiet, and I'm like, listening to the conversation, but I've also got my eye on her. And all of a sudden, she opens her handbag and starts chucking everything out. And we're all like, what the hell's going on? And then she's sick into her handbag.
Oh my god.
And I remember just banging on the side and being like, excuse me, driver, would you mind just stopping for a second, please?
Oh my god.
And we had to stop the limo so that she could get out, and we had to like fish the rest of her stuff out of her handbag and then throw the handbag into a bush somewhere or into the bin.
Why? What happened? Was it just a champagne?
I don't know, because she just didn't.
Oh, did she have more of it?
I think it was the combination of the fact that she'd had a drink before because she didn't drink at all. Like it was sort of not a running joke, but it was just something known about this friend that she just didn't drink. I think it was the combination of having drinks when you're not used to it and then sitting backwards in a limo. It just didn't go down too well. But we were all like, happy 18.
Yeah. It's very rare that people don't really like only drink when they're 18, isn't it, really? That's quite a rarity. Yeah. I'm sure in America as well, like being 21, I can't imagine many people waiting to be 21.
I think it's a lot more strict over there though.
Yeah.
I think the rules on drinking underage are much, much more like frowned upon and strict. Whereas here it's like not uncommon for someone underage to be given a beer at a barbecue or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, you know, a small glass of red or champagne at Christmas dinner, you know what I mean?
Right guys, bye everyone, be safe out there, don't drink too much.
And then ride backwards in a limo.
Definitely that. Don't do it. Bye everyone, bye.